Thank you. I thought I clicked probably I clicked the morning and I got confused. Thank you. I'll repeat again. Okay, just for the recording. When I wrote this command, by the way, earlier, I wrote this command. This is a special command when I do it as a computer guy and build up my program. You automatically make it like I have a server. We talked about it in other sessions, but it makes as if I have a website here. And when I click on it, that's what happened, okay? It's like I went to the internet and I have an application. But how does it know what to show me? And the way it knows, it depends what I put after the 8,000. If I don't put anything, it's going to go here to this file, and it goes to the file, and he automatically look for the row with nothing. And the row with nothing is the third one. And he read it and try to understand, what do I want from him? What does it mean? When I wrote this name here, what I want him to do is to go to this application. Where does this application exist? Under the trades, under the apps?
Do you have the feeling our world is going in the wrong direction?
The main. Okay, what's that? Okay, so it means go to the trade. I'm going to the trade. I'm going to the apps.
I am a crypto fan.
Whose computer is that? If you can just, okay, thank you. Okay, so it goes really to the trades, to the apps, and under that, there should be a main, exactly as it says here. It's empty, that's the first one I did. Go to trades, apps, main. In the mains, look for a file called URLs. So I go to the main, go to the URLs. Oh, there's another URLs. I'm going inside. And then inside, I'm looking for something empty. Many times, I like to do, but it doesn't really make a difference. As you go along, you can change, you can use, like in here, I use, as you noticed, I use path. But using path or using URL, it's almost the same. It's the same, really. A path is newer, the truth of the matter, but I kind of usually got a habit, so I use the URL, but it doesn't make a difference later. You can switch the whole things. For you, as you know me, don't try to invent the wheel. If something is wrong, copy from yourself. And I will explain that sentence as we go along. And whoever already been a few sessions with me understand what I mean. This one, by the way, it says, again, take the place that is empty. This is really empty. It says the head means the beginning. You have a beginning, and the dollar means the end. And what do you have between the beginning and the end? Nothing. If you have nothing between the beginning and the end, go and make that function. Let me explain that again. I wrote nothing here. That nothing, the beginning, went to this file. It found nothing. It took me to that file. I went to that file. Is again need to look for nothing because there is really nothing here. There's nothing after it. Okay? That's why he showed me this one. But how does he know to show that? And I'm reviewing, by the way, all of that you should know by heart by now. You go to this function, and that's when we move from navigation, which you should be expert, and take my word for it. It's so important to be expert. And you will see as you go along, you learn tricks that are so crucial in making very, very robust applications. So I do Control B on the home, takes me to the function. Now I'm in the views. By the way, you see there's a file called views. So when I was here, this function got here because in the top, we said from the file views, which is right here, go there and bring all those functions, one of which is home. Okay, so the home is here. And when I'm referring to it, that means go there. So go there, it means I'm here. What do you want me to do? And now you switch to the topic of views. Okay, views, we basically tell him, send a web page to the user. Which web page do I want to send to the user? It's the home web page, which is sitting in the directory called main. Where is it? By the way, you see in every application, we make a directory called templates. And under the templates, we always put the same name of the application. Don't ask for now why. Later on, it will make a lot of sense to you. For now, just accept it. Okay, just accept it. Okay, believe me, that's the why I studied it. Later on, you will learn that when you put it on the internet, it will combine everything, and you don't want them to be mixed up. So it will take everything below the template, and it will know what the main is. And that's it will distinguish it from whatever you put under deep billings, which is a different application. That's why also here we have template and we put deep billings. But that will make more sense later on. Don't worry about it. Believe me, don't even think about it. Just do it. Every application, we put a directory called templates, and then under it, we always put a main. Now, that word main refer to this main. This main refer to this main, not this one. This is the name of the application. This is the directory under the templates. And that's what it cares. The directory name under the templates. Okay, so he goes to the main. He's looking for where it is. He found it. He found the main under some templates. He found it right here. And now he goes and look for these templates. Template is a web page, by the way. Template is the word we use in Django to say web page. So I said, okay, let's send this guy, the guy that wrote these headers here, let's send him a web page. And that's the web page. It's called home. Where is it home? It's supposed to be here. Oh, here it is. Nice. Let's double click on it. And I played with you. Remember, I played with you in the previous sessions. And I did all those tricks. I said, don't be afraid, delete it. Don't be afraid. I copy it and delete it. And then I did just HTML. Remember that? I did it so many times. And then I just wrote my name here, Amos. And I said, look, very interesting. If I go here now and I refresh the page, here I see Amos. You see that? Hey, funny. It's such an important exercise. This point, you already know a hell of a lot. You know the whole structure of Django. It's very crucial. But that's not an interesting web page. We want something much more interesting. That's why we're doing this one. And then we learn that when we make a web page, we can make it many ways. And the smartest way to do it, use a basic one and use it. So by the way, if I delete the whole things here, and I did it with you guys, if you remember, look at my videos. This one tells you, oh, I'm sending you the home, it's true, but the home is empty. No, it's not. It's telling me, send him this page. That's what it means, extend. We said this is a different language. It's called Jinja. Django used Jinja. Use so many languages and combine them together. That's the beauty of Django. That is why it's so popular and it's so hard. And that's why people looking for people knowing Django, because it's so powerful. By the way, just by this line, it means take the content of this web page and show it to him. Oh, what is this page? Where is it? Let's look at it. Oh, pay attention to the differences. When I was here in the view, I used main and the name. In here, I only use the name, meaning it is not under the main, it's under the template. So I should find this template under the templates here, not under the main. And here we go. I refer to this one. Okay, let's look at it. Oh, this is already, it's by itself is already interesting web page. Let's see how it looks like, by the way. So I can refresh again. Oh, by the way, see, there's a lot of things already. You know, meaning we did a lot of things right inside the basic template. So how do we work in Django? Django is a beautiful structure. It allows me to start from the bottom up, meaning make a basic one, add to it, make another basic one, and then finally make the final page. This is the final page. I'm going to put it back. By the way, this is the truth page. Look how the page look without this addition, meaning based only on the best one. The best one, look at the best one. What is the title here? It says main, okay? What does it say here? Look at the pages here carefully. Let's see what the difference is. Let me, now that I put this one back, in fact, we use blocks. We talked about them in other sessions. By the way, Brenda, did a review on blocks? Brenda?
Yeah, we did a little bit of it.
Very important. Do again. Next time, do again and again and again. It's such an important concept. Am I right, Daniel?
Yes, doctor.
Amazing important. It gives you so much power. You know, it's so important to understand how blocks works. By the way, here, I'm using one block, second block. Those blocks going to replace whatever it's in the base. By the way, here it says main. You see the main? Okay? This is why I say here main. But I want to change it even. And I am changing it by in the home, by repeating the title block. I'm going to change the title. But by what? That's another thing we have learned. We learned that I can send a variable. I can send a variable from the view. From the view, by the way, here is the title. But hold a second. I will make it simpler. Let's don't confuse. I will change it. I'll write my name Amos. I'll put it back in a second. When I'm telling the computer, Django, I want you to go replace the word main with the word Amos. That's the objective of block. This block is replacing this block. Why? Because this template is extending this template. And therefore, any block I have in here going to replace a block in this table, in this page. Very confusing in one hand. On the other hand, when you really understand it, it's so powerful, very powerful. By the way, if I refresh now the screen, see, amazing, I refresh. Hey, it says Amos on the top. Did you see that? I don't want it to say Amos. Who cares about Amos? I want to have more power. So I'm going back to here and change it back to what it used to be. And this is another concept we learned. I went over that once, but it's not enough to go over that once. Please, Daniel and Brenda, go over it again and again, and you guys watch the videos over and over. I want to do it dynamic. That's what gives me power. And I want to do it in the view. And one day when we get and combine the database as well, then you even understand more. I want the title to be on the top here. When I get to here, I don't want him to say Amos. You know what I want him to say? Whatever I'm writing here, right in here, I want them to say, Laura is excellent student. That's the title. Okay. By the way, this is a variable in Python. I remind you, I'm going over so many topics today. just to make sure everybody up to speed. And next time you meet Daniel and Brenda, please go over all those concepts again and again. You cannot go over it too many times. It's so crucial to your expanding to advanced topics. You cannot advance to advanced topics unless you know this one by heart. This is a Python code. We are in Python here. When I go and define title underscore, it's a Python variable. What this variable has, it's whatever I wrote here. Laura is excellent student. I am making another Python variable called subtitle underscore. She lives in Kampala, Uganda. Oh, two variables in Python. But I want to transfer them to the template. This template, because after all, this is the web page I'm sending to the user. This is it. But I want one more step to tell Django to do for me. Please take those two variables, use them. Use them before you send the template to the user. I repeat that sentence, very important. I'm making two variables in Python. And those two variables, I'm transferring to the template. And by the way, I talked about it a lot last time. I'm making a new variables. I usually like to put it the same name. Just here, I usually like to put underscore, but I use the same name. But this one is totally different variable. This is a variable that the template understands. It understands only what I write here in quotation mark. By the way, you can use single quotation or double quotation, doesn't make a difference. But this is the variables. What does it go into? To the language of Ginger. That really, if I really want to say it correctly, this is a variable for the Ginger language that goes to the template. So when I go to the template, I'm going here and I want to use it. Oh, how do I use it inside the template? Here is the way we use it. Let's look at it. Interesting. By the way, it doesn't really care if you keep a lot of spaces. It doesn't really care. So let me do it so you can see how do I use in Ginger variables I defined inside Python, but I'm transferring it to Ginger. And this is the way we're transferring several variables to the template. The template receiving those variables, and one of them, the title, hey, very interesting. I'm asking him, please make the title of the page, make that here on the top, it will not say Amos as I did before. What I want him to say, I want him to say, whatever I wrote here, Laura is an excellent, I should really write an excellent student. That's what I want to be in the title, because this title of Python, I'm transferring to Ginger language, and Ginger, it's the way the template understands, and the template receive that variable and put it right in the right place. In the block that's going to substitute this block and going to change the name main to whatever I want, which is in this case, Laura is an excellent student. Let's see if it's true. Let's see if it doesn't. Let's refresh. Ah, bingo, you see? So cool. Whatever I wrote, it changed the title. That's look like a magic. It really is like a magic. It's beautiful. Those people have done a beautiful work. And we're adding on that and other beautiful stuff. That's why we make beautiful projects. And that's where, thank God, we're getting there. Okay? Okay. Now that we did a review to that part, let's do a review to this part. By the way, what is this part? Look at that. Look at that. This part, it's nothing but going to here, it's this part. See, this is also a block. The body block replacing the body block here. Let's look at the body. Oh, there's no body block here. Oh, so what is it replacing? Hey, If you look at the top, the truth of the matter, this page is extending another page. And let's look at this page. It has to be in the base. It's right here. Okay. Oh no, this one it says base 1. What is base, by the way? Anybody see base? I don't find base. Anybody? Where should I look if I don't find it here? Anybody? Yeah, there's another place. There's the templates here. If it doesn't find it under the template of the application, it goes to this directory. And it might be right here. Let's see if it's there. Yeah, it is. Look, it's right there. I double click on it. What do I have there? Oh, we have a lot of stuff here. But I want to look at for body. Anybody see body here? There's a lot of stuff, 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 a lot of stuff. Scary even. But in the end of the day, there must be a place that will say a black body. Let's see. Here we go. Beautiful. Do you see, guys? There is a place it says body, a block, and it says welcome to the trade projects. By the way, if you go to here and you delete this one, you will see that if I refresh it now, that's what it will say. Welcome to the trade project. Hey, what did it take that one from? It took it from the base page. And why did it take it from the base? Because the base was extended by the base main. Base was extended by this one. And hold a second, the home extended the main, which extended the base. Therefore, if in the home I don't have the body, it will take whatever it is here. And whatever it is here, it's nothing but what I just showed you a second ago, which is this part. If I want to change this one, I can do it here. I don't want to do it here. I want to do it more specifically here. I put it back here. Now, by extending and putting another block, this is what's going to be there. By the way, I will do it 2 steps. Let me remove this one. And with that, we'll finish for today. I'll write my name Amos. So by doing that one, I'm expecting that instead of saying this one, it will say my name in the middle. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, yes. You see, Amos. Amos, again, is not really interesting. I want something more interesting. And I can put anything I want. And we will learn as you go along, you study JavaScript, you learn a lot of other things. By the way, here we're just putting a picture. There's a nice picture of a pencil. We learn a lot how to put pictures into a program as we go along. That's why it takes several months to study the whole sequence. And only after you go over that, then you get to machine learning. Many people want to jump to machine learning and they think they can handle it. They cannot, take my word for it. They cannot, or already have seen it. But here, if you ask the senior student, they all know how to add pictures to them. By the way, Daniel is expert. Jeremiah is expert. Okay, Liam knows it very well. You know, in Academy City, by the way, if you go to Academy City, they know how to do it even much very six. Many ways to add pictures. You can tell there's a lot of pictures here. All those pictures, how do they add them? By the way, they do it even smarter than the one you see in the example. This has come from a database. So all of that one, our students already know, the senior student, and much more than that. That's beautiful. Impressive even they got to this level, honestly. They should be already proud of themselves. Okay, so this is, I'm adding a picture. By the way, this picture, it's sitting on the internet. Okay. No, it is on the internet, yeah, but what is it really? We will talk about it in another session. There's a static, and this is the pencil. It's sitting somewhere. The senior student know that already by heart. You have a directory called static here. And under the static, you will find the name main. And under the main, you will find the page, that image. Here it is. If I double click on it, you will see a pencil. So there is a picture of a pencil. But just having a picture of a pencil is not interesting. I want to put it in a right page. That's the way you do it. Moreover, when you click on it, it could do something. And by the way, this is the way we tell him what to do. And here we go, and next time we talk about it. So when we go here now, and I refresh this one, instead of seeing Amos, I will see the pencil. By the way, when I pay attention, when I click on it, something's going to happen. Oh, it went to this web page. Interesting. So not only we put the page, we put a pencil, we made it to do something. We made it that when you click on it, it goes to another page. And that's what we'll learn. We'll continue next time. So summarizing, really I summarized everything you should know by now. That I already have covered almost everything I talked about today. So, and go over it again and again and again and again, guys, okay? And we finished. Next time, I'm going to talk about mothers again. And by the way, go again to the topics of this course. It really is, we talked about mothers a little bit. We talked about that one a little bit. We talked about views. I will go deeper into views. And then next, I will go and talk about template again. And the next time when I talk about it, I will mention why do I teach? I go back to the template. I already talked about template. Why I'm going back to it? Okay. By the way, here I mentioned views. Okay. Why am I going back to the same topics? Why I'm going to views again? We have a views here. Why am I going to those two again? We have template and views. That's what we covered up to here, more or less we covered today. I'll go over that again a little bit next time. But I will go again to the templates, and I will go again to the views, and I will mix them up. Why? Because I want to go back to the matters. How do I get data from the database? And I will present them in a template. But I need the views. And the views, I use Python, which helped me to connect to the database. I'll put data from the database. I will manipulate it, and eventually I will get to that one. I'll conclude the session today, okay, by showing you something I showed Brenda today. Okay, guys? And with that, we'll finish for today. Something that I showed Brenda. And Brenda really went a long way to get to this level. Thank God. Everybody see my screen now? By the way, this is a web page. We're using exactly the way that you're learning in even the basic course. When you get to the third course, in fact, to the second one, we already talked about chart a little bit, but Brenda is going to be the expert on this topic. She's going to teach it. You'll be able to do chart like that. You'll be able to do tables like that. It's all based on what we learned today. You will be amazed. It's all depend on this basic knowledge. But you get more sophisticated. You add some trick, but the structure is the same. By the way, I show you this project. This project is very similar. Has more application, it's true, but it's the same. Here we're calling it Academy City. There we call it Trade. And then we have applications. And the one that you're learning, you have only a few applications. We have a lot of application here. And one of them, by the way, this is the one that Brenda have worked long, and she studied a lot about the graphics. But now we're working on this one. And this is a whole world, just this application, but the structure is the same. Look, we have a template here too. Just like the one I showed you today. And under the templates, we have another directory by the same name as the application. Again, we have the URL, exactly similar. By the way, you can tell, here I switch, I use paid, but it doesn't make a difference. Same structure. Here I have a home. I do Control B, it goes to the home view. This is a little more complicated, but it's the same idea. When you learn the idea, you can do more sophisticated stuff. You cannot do more sophisticated stuff if you don't understand the structure. But the structure is the same. By the way, all of that, look at that. This is just other new stuff that we will learn. But the basic is the name, home, and then I have the render. And here, this is the web page I'm sending the user. Same things. It just happened that I have much more variables I'm sending to the template. We learn it as we go along, some of which we learn in this course, some of which in the second course, and some of which in the third course. And in 3 courses to get to this level, it's very impressive. Okay, but I'm showing you this one, by the way, this nice web page that you see here, it's designed very similar, but has some more component in it, of course. We will learn some on the graphs, and Brenda will create 2 or 3 sessions to teach you how to use that one. By the way, it took me exactly 5-10 minutes today. I copied what Brenda has done in another project. I changed it a little bit and I used it. It's cool. But what you're studying in the first course, it's hard and required a lot of repetition. Okay? Thank you, guys. We're going to break here. Okay? Let me say goodbye to everyone. Hopefully everybody is with me. Yeah, you're doing good?
Yes.
You should be expert. I think you should join the teaching. I really think you should join next time the teaching team. Don't you think?
Not yet.
Or
Not
should I
good
tip
at
you
it.
after you study the first machine learning course perfectly, and then you teach us with Hanoch? I think that's what you
Yes.
should aim to. Another half a year from now. That's a hard one. Okay? After the first course is going to mathematics. Remember the link I gave you? I'm going
Yes.
to kill you on that course. If you think that was hard, I'm going to make it even harder. We're not compromising. We're going to be the best of the best. Not the best of the best. That will be the second course in machine learning. Linear algebra and above. It's a hard, very hard course. You saw it in MIT. It's a very heavy duty. I think it has 30 or 33 sessions. Am I right?
Yes.
Something like that. And every session is extremely hard. So whoever want to struggle with machine learning, be ready. But if you want really to be rich and happy in your life, that's the right path. That's what people do in a lot of very good universities in the US. You have a chance. This is your chance. Where's Laura? Did I lost her? No, I didn't. How are you, Laura? Let me see you. How are you doing, Laura?